All students are requested to clap at a time. व्याळकुळाभिमान गरुडः विघ्नेव पञ्चानन विघ्न तुङ्गगिरिपवेदनपदे विघ्नान्वदेवाडवो विघ्न भौभौहन प्रचण्ड पवनः विघ्नेश्वरः पातु नः।
वीडियो से फोटो उठा
Thank you all. Now you sit down.
फोटो उठा
Again, requested to please clap.
Thank you all. Now I would like to have principal sir to address our chief guest. A few words, please sir.
The wonderful lecture. I would like to request Mr. Umesh to please say something about Maria, and our students like to be listened her biography. Please, Umesh.
फाइन आर्ट कॉलेज रे पढ़ी तार स्पेशलाइजेशन होची आर्ट हिस्ट्री किंतु एबे कंटेम्परेरी प्रैक्टिस रे से बहुत मीडियम ऊपर से काम करछि से गोटे क्यूरेटर माने बुझपार के ना जानि किंतु से क्यूरेट करे बहुत गुड़ा एग्जिबिशन इंटरनेशनल से एग्जिबिशन ऑर्गेनाइज करे छी ता सहित से रिसर्च करे सबठु इम्पोर्टेंट आर्ट सहित अछंती रूरल एरिया हो कि अर्बन एरिया हो से नहीं एंगेज कर आर्ट से वर्कआउट करे ता सहित से गोटे रिसर्चर बहुत डाटा कलेक्शन करे एट द सेम टाइम सी इज ऑल्सो ट्रैवल मेनी कंट्रीज एंड बहुत गुड़ाक एग्जिबिशन से ऑर्गेनाइज कर बहुत परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट से काम करते रिसेंट प्रैक्टिस परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट एंड हिस्ट्री अबे इंटरनेशनल हिस्ट्री कौन होची नेशनल हिस्ट्री कौन होची ता सहित परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट कौन होची गोटे आइडेंटिटी को नहीं केमती आम गोटे आर्ट प्रैक्टिस रखू ताकि काम करूँ से तुम सहित किसी टॉक भी कर सहित किसी वर्कशॉप कर किसी मेटेरियल्स आनी तार तुम सहित गोटे इंटराक्शन हम से फॉर्मल टॉक भाया नुहे तुम्हें ता सहित भी एंगेज हो गोटे आर्टा केमी बिजी हुए से विषय से गोटे वर्कशॉप टाइप से नहीं तेणु मत लगे तुम समस्त सपोर्ट कर किसी जानापी चेष्टा कर तो वेलकम टू time to use that.
Madam sir.
It will take 1 hour. You want to take a stand or
Later I take the stand because I will make a big presentation. Thank you so much for this warm welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a big pleasure to be here. And I already was around. You have a really great space here to develop your own skills in different departments. And thank you also for paying attention now on my presentation. And yeah, and would be also nice to have a performance together also. maybe because I am sure there are some of you can be the lions and also the monkeys. So maybe it would be maybe stand up and let's start with a little performance, to come in do a kind of moves. As you mentioned already, I come from Vienna, from Austria, and in Vienna we have also a university, the Academy of Applied Art, and it's part of the curriculum, the performance department. And we have also a long history of performance, started already in the 50s and 60s with some actionists that did performances on the street as kind of interventions. I will not show you yet the material, but shortly, if you're becoming curious about it, you can Google it also by yourself. And there are a lot of female performers, yeah. But in our days, there are so many different performances going on in Vienna, also with different media. So that's why I think I will show you also a video about, because we are using also live performances, which is very important. Do it in the moment, being in the moment. So when I am doing performance, I do it always, it's depending always on the situation, yeah, it's depending on the people and also on the space. So I do not prepare a concept for the performance, I just go into it. So I attended several festivals. Recently I was also here at the art fair where we did performances. I will show you videos about it. I think it's nice that you see really also the practice of performance. Yeah, stand up. Yeah, and in fact we do know, and maybe also when you would love to catch each moment, maybe all of you would be nice if you would just feel free to move. Has anybody of you already did performances? Has anybody of you a kind of performance practice? So, or love?
Till now, there's not.
What?
Till now, there's not any.
Yeah, but you do it dancing or singing
Yeah.
or other. So because in fact in performance we already use all different move because it's really very about to articulate with the body. So and so there maybe you also when you want to catch each moment at the moment maybe it's good and important to be in the moment. We had also a lot of discussions and several performance artists already are writing theses about it, about the documentation of performance. Here, so because when the performance started, there was no documentation, and several artists also said no cameras, no videos, but in our days, everybody is already a performer. Well, in that case, that you are acting in social media, Yeah, you are
reels are going on.
You are doing
Always dancing. Some about that many doing the many reels.
Yeah. You're doing a lot. So you are already a performer, So you love to share. You got the feedback. You got the like. When you get the like, you're encouraged to do more of that in different situations, And as I mentioned, several performers they said no documentation. It's just for the moment, and there's no repetition. So that's also the very special in performance, that you do not repeat the performance, So and it's also and that you already some performers they call themselves also transformers, That when after you did the performance there is a change of the situation also, And completely so maybe because I see that you need a kind of maybe we will also when I had the intention do it at the end, but maybe we do it at the beginning already. So I will know. You have to catch the ball. You have to catch the ball. Yeah, and but the ball we will make a kind of Spider-Man. You always take some a part of the line, When you and then you do it to the next, So it's like because performance is also good to be playful, In performance we also use playing and the game because as we know, that our body is also through experience, we're getting knowledge, And in fact, nowadays it is also more important, yeah, to go back to maybe you are playing a lot in Europe. Our education is sometimes not so playful, but in fact, playing is very important for education also, yeah. Okay, so I have to. Okay, but now it's so and. So and a little bit more sport into it, yeah, more engagement. Maybe everybody of you is also.
जा पाखु जाउची जे धरची से धरिक रखु सेपट पकड़ सेपट के पकड़
Yes, let's be a little bit more campaign.
तोळे काय पडी
Oh yeah.
ସାରୁ ଧ ତ ସେଇଟା ଧରେ ସେଇଟା ଧର ଟାଇଟ୍ କି ଧର
The others can also chant a little bit.
बॉडी मूवमेंट करता हमारी बॉडी सब स्टिफ हो जाती है बॉडी मूवमेंट करो बॉडी को फ्री करो ये एंजॉय करने में चेष्टा करो सो दैट सिंगिंग द गेम
sorry baba
In fact, now it's a little bit. It would be nice if when you catch the ball, you can a kind of fair color when you catch the ball.
दे से खबर से पछू खबर दौड़ा अरे की थोड़ी सी टाइट
And those who are ready, so you make a great spider net. Great. So we are all spiders.
समस्ते गोटे जेमती स्पाइडर घर कर थाए ने कि जेमती तार रास्ता थाए पर करि थाए से सबले जाल होई थाए हम सब गोटे जाल में छंडी गेलो तो नहीं
And as you see, maybe you already recognize. This is a very special material which you also use for construction. We use it over here for construction for bamboo. So in fact, this is a kind of upcycling some material. Yeah. So we collected it as a construction waste. It was already for garbage. So we collected it.
ये तो बैग है
And you make this kind of line out of it. So when the line is...
You have to jump it.
Yeah, let's jump. Let's jump. Yeah, who is... you are the singer. You are already the singer, yeah? Yeah, please make some music before, like you did it before.
म्यूजिक से समस्त जॉब करे प्ले द म्यूजिक
Yeah. So, okay. So already the spider net is already great. Everybody.
जॉब करिवो म्यूजिक
Okay, so silence, that we can listen to the music.
साइलेंट
It's always important in performance arts to be involved. So, okay, great. The spider net is still putting some tension, so we don't know. We will shortly turn it on. So in the meantime, as you recognize, we use the material. Make not a lion shut. Yeah, so, or maybe the monkey shut. So. Oh yeah. So all together now. All together, yeah? 1, 2, that the whole universe is listen to us. 1, 2, 3.
So that was a warm up.
Many thank you, ma'am. बहुत exciting class. All are enjoying so proudly and so excited. Thank you. So, are you enjoying the class? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Ma'am, now can you read the projector? Okay.
Because now we will talk a little bit about art as collective empathy, and I will. So in case the presentation, I will show you also some publications which could be interesting for you. My classes. Yeah. So let's. I think so for my performance art and also in your groups, because several of you prefer together, several prefer to work together. Sometimes then kind of cooperative work is starting, a lifelong cooperative work is starting. Sometimes it's only temporary, you support each other. And yeah, and that's also empathy, yeah? When you go into relationships with others, and that you are making together decisions or some efforts, yeah, to sharing a project, yeah. So as I mentioned before, I always love also to pick up some. In fact, before when I prepared the presentation, there was also on social media this kind of posting. In Denmark, for example, empathy is taught as a school subject, just like mathematics or science, yeah? And it would be really great. Imagine if all countries did the same, giving kids the tools to build a more compassionate world, yeah? I have also discussed here in the art school it's differently, but here also in India the education system is very hard for a lot of students. So it would be really great, yeah, to get all of different schools have also a focus on that, yeah. And this recently, it's just also a nice joke, yeah. Eating is a need, enjoying is an art. So also in that, for example, performance art means also that in each moment of your life, yeah, you are involved in performances, yeah. And there are also several artists, for example, in Brazil or in Latin America, they're doing also a lot with cooking, yeah. And now I will show you later the place where I'm active, but and yesterday I mentioned this also because we used this material also. In performance art, sometimes you use only your body, but several artists are also using materials. But in our cases, we use all these materials which we find. Yeah. For example, this you use for constructions. Yeah, when you make some construction with bamboos at the construction places. And we collect all the which was on garbage, yeah, to make this kind of. We used it as a football ball for our performance. Shortly I will, and this is really how we become aware of that. Well, how much garbage we are producing each day and how we can avoid garbage, yeah. And I was recently, in fact, I come directly from Darjeeling, yeah, and this was in public space. Littering once is a mistake, doing it twice is irresponsible. Repeating it again is a crime. The earth is not your garbage bag. So it would be really great, but because in art we use also a lot of material. And yeah, in fact, several years ago, it was in the 1970s, one artist by the Cyrus, his name, he stopped, for example, making paintings, and he started with conceptual art. In fact, this is also the reason why several artists are more in conceptual art. Yeah. Also, when we enjoy the beauty of paintings, and in fact, I like very rural paintings because they are also in our daily life. But a lot of artists have to face big issues about how to storage then the art. Yeah. How to storage it, and this is always great when you use materials. Yeah. For example, also when you are painting, you can use materials which you find and which you are upcycling to make art out of this. Yeah. Also, this is now we have to pay attention on that because this is now a little bit more impact. Yeah. So so it's good to drink the tea, or is it coffee? So yeah. So in fact, our social encounters are deeply complex. They not only involve overlapping layers of affective, cognitive, and cognitive engagement between self and others. They are also deeply embedded in continually changing environments. Yeah. Because where we are moving, where we are at the moment, for example, that's why I always love to make a kind of performance together. We are changing together. We change the situation. Also, it's not only me who is making a presentation. It's all of you who are also in these situations now. Yeah. That shape experiential, emotional, and epistemic forms of sharing distinctive of these encounters. Forms of sharing that are in turn further modulated by contextual factors such as real or imagined group memberships and shifting social identities. Because this is also a big issue also, yeah? What is our identity, yeah? This is why we are already forming groups, why we are developing languages, why we communicate, why we love to dance together, and different other issues. You can please also tell me what is in this context important for you. Moreover, each of these social processes variously affects and feeds back onto the others. So what we are doing has an impact always to the others, yeah? I spent several months in New York City last year, and there I found also a quote on the street, and which is also funny, that's why I will share it with you. I am responsible for that what I am saying, but I'm not responsible for that what you are understanding, in fact. So it has always this kind of exchange. This complex tangle of multi-layered processes supports core social capacities like our capacity for interactions, cooperation, affective sharing, joint agencies, and social identification. It also directly impacts our capacity for empathy, our ability to perceive, understand, and respond to the experiences and behavior of others. Empathy is facilitated but also modulated, pieced, and even disrupted by various aspects of these processes. So, you know, it's also a kind, in other words, empathy is a robustly situated practice. So, and that's what's very important, that we are making experiments. Girls, next time I really want to hear you louder, shouting louder. Because it's also, that's why performance, for example, the female movement was very important for the developing of performances. Because a lot, you can also do your performance at, let's say, alone, yeah, to do it alone, yeah, and then you will feel how you become more and more the desire to go out, yeah, and to claim your voice for what you want to say and what you want to communicate with the others. One that is bound up with a rich area of processes that encompass not only the dynamics of our face-to-face engagement, but also the complex environment in which this engagement develops and takes shape. So this is just a little impact about this, yeah? And in fact, also in our days, in Vienna, for example, we're thinking a lot, yeah, what is art for us, yeah? And yeah, the search for the good and make it matter, this is the real challenge for an artist. So, and not simple to transform ideas or revelation into matter, but to make those revelations actually matter also. Which is, yeah, so there's some more text which I will not read. Maybe you can have a short view of that because I will not. I have prepared that, yeah. But I can also give you some links if anybody is interested of a view. It's even about, yeah. I can also, even when the artist's intention are to evoke rather than merely to suggest social transformation, the question of whether art operates differently. For sure, that's important that we also discuss, yeah. Say direct action must be considered. So, for example, I think you also got some information about in Bangladesh, for example, there were many artists involved, and also before the July and August, they did a lot of performances on the street. And why does the work assume the position, shape, and context of art? Yeah. Because in Europe we had also a lot of discussion when we are doing community work and community art, yeah, how it differs from social engagement and social work, yeah. And if indeed it does, one of the evaluate sides must be meaning to its audience, a meaning not necessarily accessible by the direct query. Sometimes when you're in art and when you're together with people, there's not immediately a response, yeah, but it has an effect also. So, oops, and this I can send you the images about. These are some publications, and this is also more text which are not. Maybe it's, I would love to show you more practical now, so because maybe it's a little bit too much text at the. So this is about also an interesting application about situational work. Yeah, and this is in fact, I spent, as I mentioned, I spent several months in New York City, and I was there for some special research on community engaged art, and I also attended there the pre-graduated College of New York City University. And there is in fact also a department about how to teach art as social action, yeah. And I add also the publication. I have also the PDF, yeah, which I can share. Art as social action and introduction to the principle and practices of teaching social practice art. So, but no ways of being. So I want to show you now more my practice, yeah, because my practice, I'm coming also from a kind of collective. We started, in fact, long time ago, yeah, several years ago, to make our own place, yeah, to do some social engaged work, yeah, but also we are now a cultural center called Flucht. It's a center for arts and communities, and in fact the initiative started from the artists, yeah, originally some sound artists, yeah, doing sound installations, and it is in an area in Vienna. I'm coming from Vienna, which is the heart of Europe, I always say, in the center of Europe, and there was a rail station under construction, and we found a place for temporary projects, yeah? Is it possible to go to the internet here?
Yes.
I have to go to this.
Yeah. He's connected to the internet.
And how I can do it? I have to go out of there to the link. Some cooking food for people, and some performances, and it was always a kind of meeting point, let's say, in Vienna there's also the situation when artists study together, they also stick together and make some artist groups, yeah. But sometimes it depends, yeah. Sometimes it does not work. Okay, it's not so important. So I wanted to show you a video.
Video is better.
Yeah. But the video is via link. But I can.
Yeah, if there is any separate.
Yeah. Let's go to the PowerPoint presentation. Back. Because this is only on the internet. This
Yeah,
video.
after that we will see.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you how we constructed the Flug. Yeah. So, but now I will go to the what is happening in our days. So this is the Flug. Yeah. It's built out of containers. Yeah. And it has a very special architecture. So it was also nominated for the Mies van der Rohe Prize, yeah, because, yeah, there was also an architect who supported us a lot for this. It's like he called it accidential architecture, which means also that it's always changing, also this scenario. But at the same time, it is one of the main places in Vienna called Prater, and close to the Prater is also an entertainment park and also the green area. So I need my glasses. Although I don't like them, I have to wear them. So yeah, and we did also with school classes this year some projects, because we use this kind of installation, and we also make a project about climate care and sustainability with the school classes over there. And this, for example, is a kind, and we love to use banners, and we love also to use always the outside. We do also mural paintings, yeah. And here we used a kind of boat from the Zapatistas from Mexico. We invited an artist from Mexico City to be part of that, yeah. And in fact, we started with common rooms since 2023. In fact, the Flug is increasingly used as a laboratory for art production and community-based art. So we are doing cooking, yeah, but we are doing also, we call it Fenster Utopia, yeah, because maybe you already noticed for me movement, body movement, and in fact have fun together is also very, very important, yeah. It can be, yeah, and also to talk, yeah, to share stories, yeah. So we are working, but I have some images later. And now it is a cultural center also, because in Vienna, from the municipal, they decided also to support more space, which are doing this kind of project. So we receive some support now also from the government. From the municipal. Before it was a completely independent space, but with the budget we received from the municipal, we did an open call to invite different art organizations also for doing community engaged projects. Because in Vienna there is, for example, for community engaged projects, there is no department at the university. Yeah? So it's also, there is just at the University of Applied Art, there is social design, yeah? Where they are thinking about some special installations, but not this kind of, let's say, Schaubele, yeah? Yeah, with the further development into a cultural center and associated opening of the Flug, we have more. Before we had a lot of arts there, but for survival, we had also a lot of concerts there and also clubbings. Yeah. So we have very big clubbings there, and we have a very good sound system there. So to have a kind of income for doing the art projects. Yeah. But now we opened it also more, we opened it also for daily activities, yeah? And so, and the collaborative artistic practices of activists, eco-social, anti-capitalist, anti-racist, queer and feminist project. So it has, there are also a lot of discussions going on there, yeah? We opened a space also for others for doing some discussions. Common Rooms, we gave it Common Rooms, the title, is of this community, and we also involved the neighborhood, yeah, so which is always very important, and also a challenge, yeah. We have a lot of discussions also about maybe it's differently, you can think so it's differently, but in Vienna it's also the questions also, what is the need, what are the urgencies also of communities and how to build communities, yeah. That's not like that we are going to an existing community, yeah, this is also a possibility. So I participated also recently on a Zoom seminar about that. Yeah, and here you see we have just our discussions, and we have also, yeah, they are coming also from different parts of Europe. This, for example, is from Spain. There are also others coming, and this is, for example, you see here we use the outside, the skin of the cloth we use for some billboards. Yeah, so this is about. And the topic of last year was ecology of work, yeah, because it's very, and we cooperated with artists who are working very intense about the situation of workers. And we have also a garden, and this is, for example, one of the artists, Susie Rockhofer, and these are also two other artists, they're called Kraft. Their current project is from them. They are from Mexico and Austria. They did mural paintings. And yeah, and for example, Susie Rockhofer, she did a project about the workers from our neighborhood. Yeah, and she did some interviews with them. Yeah, like the guys who are collecting the garbage. Yeah, and she did a video, and we did a screening outdoor of the Flug. So these are the different artists, but we did, it's a mix of different projects we did. And one of the projects is, which I will also show shortly, is from Irene Lucas and Christoph Euler. They do the expanded garden near Böttstadt, because they are thinking a lot about sustainability and to the use of alternative energy. They are cooking with the sun. Solar kitchen. They are doing some solar kitchen, and they cooperate also with some initiatives and communities who are doing dumpstering. Yeah, because in the supermarket, and there's worry about the artworks, yeah, but we take care on it. And at the same time, it was, and during the process, we always set a color, yeah, orange or mango yellow, yeah. Each time we maybe you can hear it. So we always say sky blue, ocean blue. It was also because there were mainly paintings in the room. So, and I tried to behave really like a football player, so wearing this kind of. And I do the performances together with Rashish India. So we are working together since last year. He's an artist from India, and when he was a teenager, he got a diagnosis schizophrenia and ACD. So, and he's using art as a healing tool. So since he's doing performances, it's very. So he does not take any more medicine since 10 years. So art is for him also healing. And we did this performance recently at the Papillon Festival. So, and it was also about because you see it's like making also a painting in the space, a kind of painting. And then we involved also others, so to do, yeah, shortly this video, and maybe shortly another one. But in fact, I have it on my computer, not transferred. Maybe I can make a fast transfer. Huh? I will shortly show you another one, and then we come to an end, and you have to transfer the. And please, like does not start at the beginning. You already. Yeah, so I cannot go back, but in this video at the beginning there were some drawings and then there is the performance in the infinity space, yeah. So it's a kind of, in video for me, because it's really easy to have access to the different tools, yeah. You can make different experiments and so I mixed up the, yeah, back, because maybe shortly to the beginning, shortly show, yeah, here, so it's about several quotes of some activists, yeah, at the beginning we have the quotes of the activists, I'm always kissing the microphone, so in combination with the drawing, which is a kind of heart brain, so, and I want to make it faster. And this is a very interesting text about the origin of the world, and this was at the infinitive space.